Welcome to my channel, Back Snack Deluxe, where we take bite-sized snacks just for you because life is too short and we're too busy. And I know you're watching this video on your toilet. So let's get into it. The Colosseum was built originally on Nero's lake. Before the Colosseum became a symbol of Roman power, the land underneath it was underwater. It wasn't a park, it wasn't housing, it was a private, artificial lake built for one man, one messy bitch named Nero. And the Colosseum exists in part because Rome wanted to move past him. In 64 AD, a massive fire tore through Rome. Ancient sources later claimed that Nero performed music while the city burned, giving rise to the famous phrase, Nero fiddled while Rome burned. But the violin didn't exist yet. Some accounts say he may have sung about the fall of Troy. Others suggest he wasn't even in Rome when the fire began and returned to organize relief. But reputation does not require proof. The image of an emperor performing while the capital burned proved powerful and durable. And what Nero did afterward did not help. After the fire, Nero seized vast stretches of central Rome and began construction on the Domus Aurea, Golden House. This was not a modest rebuilding project. The complex included lavish dining halls, walls covered in gold leaf, marble imported from across the empire, ornate frescoes, decorative ceilings engineered to drop flower petals on banquet guests, and a colossal bronze statue of Nero over 100 feet tall. But at the heart of it all, there was a massive artificial lake surrounded by landscaped gardens. Nero had it built to be his private swimming pool. And in a city where many people had just lost their homes, businesses, and livelihoods, seeing imperial luxury expand onto formerly public space created resentment. And the center of Rome became visibly the emperor's private estate. In 68 AD, Nero lost support and died soon after. Rome then plunged into civil war in what became known as the Year of the Four Emperors. Eventually, power stabilized under Vespasian. Vespasian was not a part of Nero's immediate line. He needed legitimacy. He needed public support. And he had a very visible opportunity to make a statement. Vespasian then ordered the artificial lake to be drained. On that site, he began construction of a massive amphitheater. This was not Rome's first amphitheater. Temporary wooden ones had been built before, and smaller stone versions existed. But this scale was different. The structure rose over 150 feet tall It could seat an estimated 50,000 to 70,000 spectators. Its outer walls were faced with travertine stone. Its system of arches allowed crowds to enter and exit with remarkable efficiency. It dwarfed what had come before. Where Nero had enclosed space for himself, Vespasian created a structure dedicated to public spectacle. The location was not accidental. The largest entertainment venue in Rome now stood exactly where a private imperial lake had once reflected palace walls. Construction began around 70 to 72 AD, but Vespasian did not live to see it completed. His son Titus inaugurated the Colosseum in 80 AD with games that reportedly lasted 100 days. Later, Domitian added the hypogeum, the underground maze of corridors, lifts, cages, and mechanical systems that allowed animals and gladiators to appear dramatically on the arena floor. Some historians believe that early versions of the arena may have accommodated water spectacles before the permanent underground system was completed. Once the hypogeum was in place, large-scale flooding became impractical. But by then, the deeper message had already been delivered. The Colosseum is often described as a symbol of imperial power, but it's also a symbol of political repositioning. An emperor built a lake to glorify himself. The next regime drained it and built a monument on that. However brutal its spectacles, it was explicitly for the public. Whether Nero played music during the fire matters less than the story people told about him. The Colosseum stands not only as an arena, but as a statement about who gets to claim the center of the city.